This is me as a prime Diablo, and this fully grown T-Rex is actually scared of me. See, I wasn't always a Rex killer, because I spawned in as a baby, and at this size, I couldn't fight any Rexes, so reaching the sanctuary alive was my first step. But that's easier said than done. Oh shoot. Man, that is terrifying. He's looking out. There was a massive raptor guarding the sanctuary, looking out for any small prey. My stomach was getting low, and I thought the raptor left, but I didn't realize how many of them there actually were. I'm hiding in this bush right now because I can hear raptors literally everywhere. That's ridiculous. The safety of the sanctuary was only a small sprint away, but with raptors everywhere, we had to be sneaky. So I moved from bush to bush while trying to stay undetected. This was straight up dinosaur Mission Impossible. It's literally right there. We're just gonna have to make a run for it. Alright, I don't care. I'm hungry, I'm doing it. I made a run for it and was fully expecting to die on the way there. Dude, I'm literally hearing raptors right behind me. But after barely making it, it was time to start growing. I just know these taste so good. If I was a dinosaur, I'd eat these for sure. The sanctuary seemed safe enough, so I even ate rocks so that I could drain my stomach even faster and eat even more mushrooms, getting even more diet so that I could eventually reach Prime Elder. Whew. And then after growing for a while, something terrifying happened. Oh. Should we kill him? Nah, just kidding, I'm kidding. We wouldn't do that. In fact, I had stayed in the sanctuary so long that I was already 900 kilograms. I was now too big for the sanctuary, but too small to defend myself against predators, so once again, stealth was my only option. Okay, wait, what do we do now? I'm scared. I ate my food super cautiously, because I was a free meal to most. Oh no. I hear the raptors from earlier. Something's going on over there, and I do not want to be a part of it. Okay, as long as we don't go that way, we should be good, I think. I made sure to eat foods of every color, just like my doctor recommended. And once my stomach was full, I stayed in this bush, because I didn't want to die. But luckily, I was starting to get big enough to the point where I could almost defend myself. Apparently, I couldn't defend myself from thirst though, because when I got back, my water was almost at 0. So I headed to a nearby puddle, which I knew was safe from dinos. And for my second mutation, I went with hypervigilance, which makes me more aware of predators. No one really knows. Oh no, we're officially in the red. At this point, I was kind of panicking, so I had to check my map to make sure I was going the right way. But I managed to find the puddle just in time before taking too much damage from thirst. And once I was rejuvenated, I headed down to South Plains in hopes of finding safe food. But this ended up being a mistake because no migration or patrol zones were spawning, so I had no food. There's nothing here, which meant I would be growing painfully slow until I could find some food. So I was forced to head back to Highlands because it was the only spot with diet. See, I was really hoping to grow a little more before coming back here, because I feel like I'm not big enough. We just got here and there's immediately something going on. Nice. Oh, yeah, there's raptors. You know what? I can mess up some raptors right now. But it wasn't raptor killing time just yet, because I wanted to grow a little more. And after growing for a while, something actually did attack me, but somehow I used my spidey senses to dodge it. Oh my, jeez! It's a little guy. Yeah, you're dumb. I like how he comes out of nowhere and just smacks his face into the wall, fully missing me. After a while, I was bored and I went to get water, but it took a turn for the worst. The trip to get there was fine, but on the way back, I saw a huge aloe directly in my path. Well, that's scary. Yeah, that's my cue to hide in this bush. And it was a good thing I decided to hide, because some raptors showed up. I feel like they can see me. This bush does not hide me very well. Maybe they think I'm like a raspberry bush or something. But they must have really liked raspberries, because I started biting in my bush. But sometimes, if you poke the bush, you get the horns. One down. Come on. That's 2. 3. No. Okay, I think we're done here, right? Okay. I went back to hide. And I don't know what it is about this bush, but this Diablo wanted a piece of it. But I think it was just a dare, because he quickly ran out. Those are 2 massive aloes. Oh my gosh, that wasn't even hidden. Oh my, I was not even hidden. Dude, they must have seen me. No way. They didn't see me? And then they almost gave me a heart attack because they came even closer. Dude. They're just eating the raptor. Gosh, that's terrifying. I watched as they left, and I honestly couldn't believe that they didn't see me. And I was too scared to leave, so I stayed in my bush all the way until I hit Prime Elder. And for my 3rd mutation, I went with Cellular Regeneration, which would help me heal from all the fights I was about to get into, because we were headed to Westrail, where things never stay peaceful. But I got interrupted on the way there. That sounded like an aloe. Yep. I quickly locked in, because these 2 aloes could almost certainly kill me. So I was quite surprised when they ran away. I thought I was dead there for sure. I followed them, but they were too quick and I couldn't catch up. And when they finally did decide to fight, the worst possible thing happened. What? No! No, my game crashed. No, dude. And when I started trying to log back in, I was sweating. Because with 2 aloes right next to me, I was certain I was dead. No way. I can't believe it, we're alive. Dude, I would have been so mad if I was dead. And it was quite a relief that my Dibble was still alive, because it was time to have some fun in Westrail. And as soon as I got there, I saw a dead baby Dibble, and I knew exactly who did it. You guys are sick animals. Now the aloes are here. Look what you've done. Look at the mess you've made. As a Dibble, fighting 2 aloes in an open field never goes well, so I started walking away. But I didn't realize I was on Noah's Ark, because there were 2 aloes, 2 Carnos, and now 2 Rexes. I could feel the tension in my balls, and I could tell that a fight was about to break loose, but I just didn't know between who. I started walking away because I didn't want to be in the blast radius, but it didn't matter because the aloes started following. So I thought quickly and hid in a bush. But this wasn't who I was meant to be. I was meant to fight. And these Rexes should not have stepped into my territory. Because when I noticed that they were separated, I went in for the solo. In theory, this Rex had a chance on his own. But if his buddy didn't return soon, he would almost guaranteed be dead. His buddy showed up late, but they still had a chance. That is until I realized that I could knock the second one over. After killing the one, I had done enough. I had already killed his brother, so I knocked him over one last time just to assert dominance, and then I let him go. I kind of feel bad. We'll let him go. Oh, aloes are still here. And they're attacking a Maya. Now I could lie and say I wanted to help the Maya, but really, I just wanted to kill some aloes. And I think I missed my chance to save the Maya. Oh my, yo, did that Maya just get eaten by a croc? Are we serious? This is all your fault, Aloe. I started running into the smaller Aloe to trick the bigger one into attacking me. But I genuinely had to be careful because these Aloes weren't small. You know what? You don't want to fight me? I'll kill your baby. Yeah. Now you want to fight. Why does this baby... I think they're trying to bait me into something, but... Dude, that second one's not hitting him. I knock him over and then it doesn't work. Are we done here? The Aloes started resting, but I just stood there because I had a plan. A plan to do nothing. See, I knew if I stood still for long enough, they would think my game had crashed, which would force them to come have to check on me. I think they're taking the bait. Oh my gosh, this little one's got balls, bro. I can respect that. The little one jumped off and ran to safety, and now I was just fighting the two big boys again. Okay, that works. How did that not hit? And that. After messing up both of them, they finally decided to run. So I followed. Make sure to stay away from the water. I know that Croc's still watching. And then finally, the Aloes actually did some damage. Uh-oh. But I did more. Now this little guy's on me. What is this guy? This little guy is just... I need to get rid of him. I only stopped chasing the little one because my stamina was getting low and I didn't want to be caught in a bad situation. It was a fun fight, but after following them all the way down the beach, I had to get some water. What do you guys think? Dino or no Dino? Hopefully no Dino. The server was resetting, so I had to log off, and I didn't realize that when I logged back on, everything was about to change. There's another dibble! And he's drinking salt water. I think it's a she, actually. And my assumption was correct, because this dibble was female, which meant that we could nest. I just feel like that would be fun, you know? We found somewhere private and mated. We placed our nest near a cliff, which would hopefully help us protect our babies. And so while my new partner gestated eggs, I went to go get some food, and you'll never believe who I ran into. There's Aloes. Oh, I bet you those are the same ones from earlier. Yeah, but honestly I wasn't sure, because these ones looked big, so I started walking back. Man, those guys are big. I'm so tempted to fight them, but I have children. I can't. Yeah. They're not fighting us. The eggs were laid, but we had to keep them warm, so I sat on them for a bit. But my butt was getting sore, so we switched out. And after a little while, our first egg finally hatched. Oh my gosh. He's so small. Dude, he's so cute. Look at him. And we also met this guy named Eclipse, and he would go on to become a legend. But it was time to feed my first 2 babies. Look at that, just vomit into their mouth. And soon enough, almost all of the eggs had hatched. Look at my beautiful children. But I couldn't protect them forever, because I had to send them off to the sanctuary. But it turns out they weren't the ones who needed protecting, because on the way to the sanctuary, something crazy happened. Oh my gosh, there's a Rex! What is happening? Whoa. Whoa. Eclipse and I were fast. But for Mama Dibble, she wasn't so lucky. No! No! Mama's dead. With a dead wife and babies I'd never see again, I had lost everything. I was mad. But now we had to make a decision. We could either nest again to make more babies, or live out our days fighting in Westrail, the most dangerous location on the map. We ultimately decided not to bring any more babies into this harsh world, so we headed to Westrail to retire. Okay, I think we're pretty much just gonna stay here. Probably just gonna find something to fight to the death. Because I'm getting old. I'm in my prime. And finally, for the fight you've all been waiting for. Aw, he's so cute. Look at him. I think this should be the thumbnail. 2 Diablos vs. Baby Serato. There, that's the video. Then we met this baby Diablo, and now it was actually time for the fight you've all been waiting for. Because we spotted this Rex. Is that guy full grown? I want to fight him, but if he's full grown, I don't think I can. Understandably, Eclipse was a little bit hesitant, but I didn't care. I didn't want to miss an opportunity to fight a Rex while I was in my prime, and boy oh boy was this one big. Is that full grown? He's not prime. He's full grown though, I think. He must be frail. But once the Rex started running towards my little friend, it was no longer a debate. I was fighting. Yeah, he's full grown. He's definitely full grown. If the Rex landed a crush bite, he'd pin me down and effectively one-shot me, so I was being very cautious. Oof, that was a little bit risky. Oh, Eclipse is going in. Okay. Dude, we're messing him up. No way. Ow. Eclipse and I were working as a team. Every time the Rex would go for one of us, the other would charge in. Dude, we're messing him up. Dude, that was a good... Yo, we're messing him up. Ow, 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 ow. Oh my gosh, I thought he pinned me. Oh my gosh, my heart just dropped. But I think the Rex could sense that we were winning, because he started retreating. He's gonna... Yeah, he's gonna camp. Yeah, he's scared. I can tell he's so scared. Just as I figured he'd do, he backed up against the wall, which would make this fight 10 times harder for us. So I had to get creative. but Eclipse was saying he wanted to entomb, which is where you kill your current dinosaur to respawn as a baby with more mutations. And if he left the fight, I wouldn't be able to take on this Rex alone. So I convinced him to fight with me, and it was official. This was a fight to the death now. But with the Rex against the wall, we still had no clue how we were going to pull this off. So I got a little closer and came up with a plan. Oh my gosh, that actually worked. I was waiting for the Rex to look at Eclipse, because if he was looking away, I would have just enough time to get a hit without getting pinned. I had to kill this Rex to avenge my dead wife. Oh, he bit me that time. I think it was in the tail though. It didn't even hurt. But then this little Rex showed up, and that would go on to be his biggest mistake. But for now, we were just focused on the big one. And speaking of the big one, he actually decided to charge out at us. Okay, I think he's realized that his wall isn't working for him. But he was not doing any better out in the open. I'm curious to see what he's going to do here. But we immediately sent him straight back to timeout. What the heck? The little one bit me. What the heck? I'm gonna kill that little guy. We went back to playing our game of chicken, but this time I would make a mistake that almost got me killed. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh my god, he didn't crush bite. He could have killed me. But it somehow worked out really well, because we actually got a bunch of hits on him. Dude, that was a close one. Ow. I must be getting low. Then the smaller Rex came back. Okay, I'm not quite sure what that little guy was thinking. Now, the Rex's mouth was slightly open, which meant he was loading up a crush bite, and it would be too risky to go in for another hit. So I tried baiting him out. But he was unfazed. And then he started running, so I followed. But I got pinned, and my fate was pretty well sealed. I was dead, and the Rex died only moments later. If Eclipse had been 2 seconds earlier, I would have still been alive. But I had to do it for a friend.